everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So now continuing with our sets topic over here. Now we had learned in that if you want to add any element, how you can add in, right? We will learn in if you want to merge up two of the respective sets, so how you can merge up those sets also, right? Those both things we have learned in into the previous videos, right? So now into this particular, I'll help you out with the particular thing which will help you that to find in what are the common values or the common elements between the two sets, right? So it might be sometimes a scenario that you will require in to find in some of the common elements between two of the different sets or some things like that, right? So at that particular place, the function which I'll be taking you through, that will help you to find in the similar and the duplicate values and the common values into your sets. Okay. So now the function which I'll be discussing in with you over here into this particular video is intersection. Okay. Now intersection, this is the respective function which will help you if you are having up any respective elements which are common in both the sets, right, and you want to get those elements, this particular function will help you out to find in the intersection or finding those common elements from those respective sets, right? So you can use up the intersection function, or you can just simply use up this AND operator also. So this AND operator, this will also help you up to find in up that common elements or common numbers between the two sets. It will also help you to do the same thing, right? So I hope I am clear with this, right? So here, like, what do we do is simply the iteration goes over, right? Iteration goes over, and with that iteration, just it's just checking that are these two elements same, and if yes, both of those elements are same, so what is done? The respective thing actually gets saved up onto your I'll say onto a empty set, or wherever you just want to save it into whatever variable you want, it will be getting saved up onto that same variable only. That is what is being done up here. So you'll be applying up a for loop for this, right? Inside that you will be checking and applying up that for loop and just trying to add in the numbers into the empty set into which your common numbers or common elements will be present out. That is what do we have to do up over here. Now if we're talking about what will be the time complexity. So time complexity, right? So time complexity for this one is going to be big O of minimum of length of my set number 1, length of S1, okay, bracket, not like that, length of my set 1, hold on. Perfect, comma, the length for my set number 2, length for my set number 2, right? And again I'll be closing it up from here. So this is what will be my time complexity. S1 and S2, you know what it will be actually. Set for S1 and S2 is going to be your set number 1 and your set number 2, right? These two things will be your S1 and S2. Right, so yeah, that is what you have to, like, the time complexity for this particular intersection of yours, right? And so next what are we going to do is that I'll be just writing up a program for the same, and we'll be just checking out the final result for those, right? So let's get started. I'll be making up a set 1, okay, and simply I'll be declaring up an empty set over here, right? Same thing go for my set 2, okay, hold on, set number 2, and for that as well I'm gonna like put up an empty set. So set 1 is also empty, set 2 is also empty for me, right? Next I'll be applying up a for loop. So for I in range, next will be my for loop. So for I in range, and what's my range? My range is let's say 5 or 4 or 3 or anything like that is my range, right? For I in range of 5, right? What I'm going to do, I'm just going to add in some numbers to my set. So set dot add function I had already told into one of my previous videos that How does this add function helps you out? What's the way? How do you use it and everything, right? So I did have already mentioned that into one of my previous videos. So you can just go ahead and watch out if you haven't watched out that add function up till now. Right, so yeah, that's done for I in range of 5, set 1 dot add of I. Secondly, again, I'm just going to do the same thing. So for I in range, let's say my range was 1, 8. Perfect. Set 2 dot add bracket I. Right, so I'm just adding some elements to my set 1 and I'm just adding some elements to my set 2. Up till the previous time, what I was doing, it was just simply mentioning up some sets onto my own, and just with the help of those things, the things were working out, right? But now this time I have just simply applied up a for loop. I have iterated it over, and with the help of that particular for loop only, it will help me to add up the elements, right? That's done. Now for applying up the intersection, I'll be making set 3 as a variable. Okay, I'll write set 1 dot intersection in the bracket set 2. So I'm just like doing the intersection between my set number 1 and between my set number 2. Between both of those, I'm just doing up the intersection, right? And at last, I'm just going to simply print up my set number 3, right? So that will just simply help me up to getting up that respective thing. Again, I'll just try to use up that operator also. So this time again, set 3 will be equal to set 1 and operator set 2. I told you, right, that with the help of this operator also, we can do up the stuffs. Right, so I just use up that operator and printed up my set number 3. Now I'll just try to run this final output over here and let's see. See what I'll be getting. We're getting 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now how am I getting this respective result? Let's see that out over here. 1 second. Right, so I applied up a for loop for I in range of 5. If I have applied the range of 5, so it will start from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Up till 4 it will go. Right, 5 will not be included because it is into the range function. So from 0 up till 4 I got the numbers. Here I applied up a for I in range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 8 numbers will be printed. Now in my set number 1 I have from 0 up till 4, and in my set number 2 I am having from 1 up till 7. What are the common numbers? Common are 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? And that's what I'm getting here as a result. I am getting the common elements which I have up into both of these respective sets, right? So I hope I am pretty much clear to you with the same thing about the sets, how you can simply use up these sets, or how this intersection function helps you out over there, and what's the way for using the intersection. Either you can use the intersection, or even you can just use up this AND function also, and that will also work out for you over here. Right, so I hope I am clear with this. So whenever you want to add two sets and finding the common elements between them, use the intersection, and whenever you want to remove the duplicate, use the union operation, right? So perfect. So I guess you're pretty much clear with the things which I have given or told you about the things over here, right? If you have enjoyed the video, do like the video, share it with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe out my channel. We'll see you in the next video.